sitting on our bus, which has actually turned out to be very good. It's also informed us that the temperature outside is 45 degrees Celsius. That is seriously 113 degrees. And we thought about walking to the bus station.
3 miles.
3 miles. We made the right choice in getting a taxi. Our bus today, we are taking it for 2 hours to Abu Dhabi, and it was 20 dirhams, which is a little under $5, or a little over $5, and it's really, really nice. Like, Eric has enough legroom, which is amazing. All the seats are leather. We have air conditioning, which doesn't happen on all buses, and other than that, we busy at work, on the move. It looks like this is going to be a good ride.
Okay, so couch surfing, we're giving this a try. This is like our 12th month in, and we've just now finally gotten around to giving it an honest attempt. We tried to do this with other people in the past, and we never travel with enough notice for people to be able to give us a place to stay. So I mean, if you're like, oh, I'm going to be there tomorrow, is it cool? That's rude to drop in. But in this case, we have got a little bit more advanced notice. We was able to give a notice of about a week. So we got a hold of some people in Abu Dhabi, and it's very expensive to stay here in hotels. So that was kind of, if we couldn't have couch surfed here, we weren't going to come. So it's nice that we were able to arrange something. And this is also not a heavily backpacked area, so these people aren't like constantly bombarded with couch surfers. So it seems like it's a little easier to find people that have openings for a place to stay. So we're giving it a try, and we look like we're going to be staying with Jim and Nadia. So let's see how this goes. How'd your phone call go?
I just called Nadia, and she says that she's coming to pick us up, and she says it shouldn't be too hard to find us since we're in the Marks and Spencer's at the Marks and Spencer store or whatever. And she's wearing a white long sleeve t-shirt and jeans. And I told her I'm with a guy that's 6'7", so good luck finding us. It should be easy. So we're also the only people with turtle shells on.
So stay inside. Mm-hmm. We don't get to go wait in the 120 degree weather.
Woohoo!
So we're inside of the Emirates Palace, and this is this massive, massive, massive palace that you can stay at. It's like a hotel, and it's really, really super expensive, and there are like 400 rooms and suites, and there's like presidential rooms and like literally for like monarchs and stuff to stay in, and everything is made of like gold and crystal, and like there's like 1,000 chandeliers and 400 something rooms and domes and all sorts of madness. So this portrait here, there's actually a rug hanging here. And it is, man, it's got to be 30 feet tall, and I don't know, 100 foot long. So this is an ATM machine that dispenses gold instead of cash, and some of the things in here are thousands of dollars. So if you ever needed a gold bar, this is your place. So the grounds is 2.5 kilometers to go around this hotel palace mess. And this is kind of what it looks like from the front. And there's these giant fountains on each side, just kind of wasting water.
As you can see, the complex is gigantic. I mean, not only is it on large grounds, but the building itself is humongous with 400 rooms. Tons of money have gone into this building, and it's astounding.
So this is what we think is a private entrance for the palace here. And that's pretty big too. So that is the largest freestanding flag in the world. Of course, the flag we saw when we looked over the border from South Korea and to North Korea, North Korea's flag is larger, but it's actually held up by wires. So the UAE likes to trumpet that they have the biggest flag in the world. So we've come down to the water for the sunset because it's about the only time of day where it's tolerable to be outside. And it's just about 100 degrees, right under 100 degrees out. And the water here is actually at least the temperature of the air. It's nuts. Like you step in, yeah, it's warmer. I swear, the water here is warmer than the air. And the sand is really, really fine. And at the bottom of it is this weird sludge. Like, it's really, how would you explain the sand?
It's goop.
It's goop. So, you can see it jiggle.
I mean, like back home it kind of does that, but it's more of a plop than it is a squish.
Let me see some.
Like this is gross.
Yeah, it's really, really weird. It's really similar to the consistency of, what this reminds me of is India. This reminds me of what was coming out of me in India.
Ew. So while we're swimming, we can also get a view, I guess it would be a side view, of Emirates Palace from here. It's gigantic, so, I mean, it's miles away from here, and you can still see it. It's pretty amazing. And then there's the sunset. It's lovely.
With the sunset here, it reminded me a lot of the sunrise that we saw in Cambodia, where the sun is like a perfect circle and you can see it, like you can look at it. It doesn't like roast your eyes or anything like what you expect in the States or in other places that we've seen sunsets or sunrises. And I think it's because of such a thick haze that you can actually look at it without it like intently burning your retina. So it's kind of distracting because you don't get the magnificent colors of the sky, but you do get to see this like perfect circle sinking through the horizon, and it's pretty magnificent. So this is the main road that runs along the coast in Abu Dhabi, and this is all like Ramadan festivity lights, as you can see a little bit behind some trees, but they just run up the main road just like a Christmas decoration would in the States. It's very similar. Wonder if we'll be getting a branch in the States anytime soon.